Deliver me, maternity. Thank you, nurses.
Hi, I'm R.L.M Ross, back again with you for another episode of Deliver Me, the video series. Today, we're going to be doing the chapter that speaks to labor, chapter 4. So I find that chapter is pretty comprehensive, but then there are a couple of questions that, we get all the time or that you may have. And first off, which is, why do I keep coming to the hospital and why do they keep sending me home? Most facilities will not keep you on the labor and delivery floor if you're not in labor unless they are inducing you or unless they have discovered something when you came in for whatever routine situation and they discovered something untoward and they decide to keep you. If your pregnancy is normal, if you are having some cramps but you're not making any kind of cervical change, if your labor is sporadic at best, we're not inactive or you're not having regular contractions, chances are they're not going to keep you. And the thing with labor is this: your body is priming itself to go for the big delivery day. Moving from a closed cervix to an active cervix. Closed cervix is 0. Active labor is when you're about 5 to 6 centimeters. Moving from 0 to that number can take anywhere from 12 hours to 2 weeks. Okay? So during that time, you may have a few painful Braxton Hicks contractions. You drink a lot of water and the contractions go away. All right? But if you come into the hospital right away and nothing is going on, yes, your doctor is very likely going to send you home. So, but we tell you the hospital is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you feel like you need to come in because you're not too sure what's going on, it's always better to be safe than sorry. So if you come in 4 or 5 times before the actual delivery day, that's okay. You'll get tired of us and we'll, know you. We'll know who you are. But that's how it works. We're not going to keep you. Most facilities are not going to keep you if you're in early labor and doing absolutely nothing, unless something shows up with the baby or something shows up with you that, require you to stay. Another question that we always get is, I just lost my mucus plug. Does that mean something? No, it means nothing. You will lose your mucus plug. You may never lose your mucus plug. Your mucus plug is not a hallmark of impending labor. Right? What it means is that you lost your mucus plug. Body's starting to prime itself. But if you lose your mucus plug, you don't have to rush into the hospital and you certainly don't have to bring it with you. Another question. Should I shower before coming to the hospital? If you can, yes, please shower before you come to the hospital. However, the labor may move very rapidly, where you wake up in booming labor, you're fast asleep and you wake up in booming labor, or you're doing stuff and, the pain becomes overwhelming. I don't know if you will have time in such cases to shower, but if you can, yes, you will feel better. You'll feel better about yourself, and once you come in to deliver, depending on how long your labor takes, chances are you may not get another shower for a good 24 hours or so. So if you can shower before you come to the hospital, yeah, try and get one in. If not, it's okay. We clean you up as we go along. What do you need to take with you when you come to the hospital? You need your clothes to wear back home. These days they want you to bring the car seat, so you need the car seat. You don't need to bring a bunch of pillows. You need some snacks depending on how long you're going to be there. Your husband might need something to eat. So the snacks are actually for your husband. We provide food in hospitals. You know, if people want food to eat, they can get something to eat. You don't need to bring, like I see a lot of people walking, they have like 3 pieces of luggage. I kind of wonder what is in the luggage. You know, keep it simple. Something for you to wear home, something for the baby to wear home. If you're a scheduled C-section, you can bring some pajamas. After day 2, you know, post-op day 2, you might want to change into your own clothes after you've taken the IV out and, you know, you're starting to move around a little bit more. Bring a dressing gown. That's always a good thing. You know, even if you're wearing our gown, bring a dressing gown, something to put over the gown so your butt isn't exposed. You know, just keep it simple. That's what I would recommend. Just keep it simple. You really don't need to bring, you know, your whole living room and the kitchen sink. It's, you know, some people want their boppy pillows, the things to help them breastfeed. My thing with bringing a lot of stuff to the hospital is that, like I said, labor is a very messy encounter. You know, there's a lot of body fluids that you're going to be losing. And when you bring your nice, clean stuff there and have them, chances are they're going to get very soiled and you may have to throw them away. So I usually encourage the patients that I take care of to wait until they've lost all the tubing, the IV tubing, the catheters, whatever we attach to you to make, to monitor your labor. Wait until all those things have been removed before you start putting on your own clothes. But I change out, you know, a nightgown, a pair of pajamas or something for your husband to change into, and something for you to wear home, something for the baby to wear home is usually enough. Do I really need an IV? Yes, you do. The IV is, what is an IV? IV is venous access. What we do, we put what is called an angiocath into your arm, or we find a vein somewhere in your arm, and we insert this angiocath because we need to have IV access very quickly in the event of an emergency. There's some patients, like myself, who are very scared of needles, and they face that procedure with great trepidation. But it is a necessary evil when you come to the hospital to have a baby. You need that IV. We need to give you fluids, depending on how long your labor is. If you're going to have an epidural, you're going to need the IV. And it's primarily to give you medication in the event of an emergency, or just to give you medication or give you IV fluids to keep you stable while you go through the whole labor process. So we encourage IVs. Most doctors, you know, it's a non-negotiable issue. I've taken care of 1 or 2 patients throughout my 30 years who did not have an IV. The last time I had to do something like that, it was a very anxiety-ridden experience for me, the nurse, because I just, you know, you think about all the things that can go wrong and the fact that you don't have IV access, and if somebody starts bleeding very heavily, all the veins collapse. So that is not the time to try to find an IV. And sometimes patients can't understand and appreciate that we're doing this just to keep them safe. But yeah, an IV is a necessary part of the experience. That brings us to the end of this episode of Deliver Me, the video series. Remember to secure your copy of the book. Head on over to Amazon.com to order. It is available in paperback and Kindle versions. For more information, if you would like to ask us a question, follow us on Instagram at R.L.M Ross Books. Like our Facebook page at Deliver Me, the real deal from an L&D nurse, or email us at rlmrossbooks@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Labor and delivery, deliver me, maternity, all this hard work for kids around the world.